The shocking reality of human life, modern life, is that it's stressful. It's stressful between the emails, the text messages, social media, and the news, and the comings and goings of the people in our lives. There's a lot of stress. And here's an even bigger truth is that stress doesn't just go away. I mean, the situation might stop or the relationship may end, but what is left remains in the body until it is released. And you've probably had a release at some point. You've laughed out loud and laughed till you cried, or you cried until you couldn't cry anymore. And those are really important ways for the body to release stress. Except we don't always have those moments of laughter or moments where we can allow ourselves to cry. And so if we don't, and most of us don't, the stress stays here. And it accumulates and accumulates and accumulates until it turns into something else. And I don't mean to fearmonger. I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to tell you things that you don't already know. And in order to introduce this topic around Kundalini Yoga for stress, I kind of have to give you the background. Okay. So, stress is the response to external stimulation. The internal response is a little web of neurochemical transmitters, adrenaline, cortisol, just to name two. And when you feel stressed, so there's something coming at you from your environment, but whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, your body goes into high alert and goes through a state of trying to respond. Fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. You've heard these terms before. These are some of the ways that we will respond to threats or stress in our environment. And those require a biological response. So in other words, the body's getting ready. Do I need to fight? Do I need to run out of the room? Do I need to change my demeanor so that I can deal with the person in front of me? Or do I need to just lay low and pretend like I just died so that I don't get into trouble? And that requires a flood of emotions. And think about how many times you get stressed in a day, one after the other, which means all of those hormones are stacking on top of each other, on top of each other. It's real. And without any outlet, it's staying there. And over time, those responses are getting more and more heightened. In our ancient times, when there was a stressful experience, a predator coming out of the bushes, some threat to our children or our families or whatever, it would have been handled in a one and done kind of situation. We would go after the animal, have a ritual of some kind, the community would come together and acknowledge what just happened. And then there would be a time of rest and recovery, and then we would go on to the next. And there would be weeks, if not months, if not years between those experiences, and our bodies were well adapted to that. And now what's happened is that those things are happening on a daily, which means on a daily we're in that high alert state. And so here's the good news is that Kundalini yoga, all movement, but Kundalini yoga in particular has all of those pieces that allow us to come out of that stress state. So when you go to your mat at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, or however way you find yourself there, you are actively signaling that I'm bringing the stress levels down. I'm actively giving myself an opportunity to release this thing. Could be as short as 3 breaths, could be a whole hour practice or something in between. Or maybe you remember just to shake it out. Maybe you remember to take a breath, squeeze and hold all your muscles and release. Maybe you remember all of that. And that can be your small little moments of a gesture to release. And that's what I want you to remember is that stress is real. The effects of stress are real because stress turns into anxiety, depression, blah, 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 and heightens situations like perimenopause and pregnancy and child rearing and relationships and work. And it has an effect on all of that. So what we want to do now is to have some technique that helps to eliminate that. And doing that for a few minutes a day is way better than dealing with something else much bigger later on down the line. So this is my invitation to you. If I haven't made a good case already, you're worth it. Your well-being, your peace of mind, your spiritual wholeness and wellness is important. It's important for you and the people who surround you. It's important for the world in general to have calm, relaxed, level-headed folks who are making decisions. And all it takes is a few minutes of your time and a desire to help yourself through whatever challenge you're experiencing, or to make good times even better. And that comes from a regulated nervous system. I'm not minimizing the fact that being regulated is a place of privilege. If you don't have money, it's hard to feel calm and relaxed. If your children are threatened somehow, it's hard to stay calm and relaxed. If our bodies are not feeling well, it's hard to stay calm and relaxed. I know this. And at the same time, if I could just remind you to do 3 breaths before you go into the next conversation or pick up your next message or respond to the next email, you will feel better. And slowly over time, it will all get better. Let this day be your day to start. Okay? That's my honest ask of you and my honest encouragement. You can do it. Find something small and explore. Because when you deal with stress, you deal with the bulk load of the things that are getting in the way. Okay? To make this easy, I've got some classes here below, some of my YouTube videos, and you can check up in the corner. There's also a linked video there. Go and start. Enjoy yourself. Drop a comment below. Was this helpful for you? Have you done Kundalini yoga before? And which practice are you going to try? Bye for now. See you in the next video. Thank you for joining this beginner series. Amazing to have you.